What's up guys in the works, and we are playing some scavenger mode here on the Aftermath DLC, and I figured this would be the most appropriate backdrop to talk about what we're going to talk about, because this is the new game mode for Aftermath, and it seems like with every DLC, DICE likes to give us a new little game mode to fool around with. You know, with Armored Kill we got Tank Superiority, Close Quarters we got the Gun Master, and with Aftermath we got Scavenger mode. And if you're looking for Scavenger mode advice, this is probably the best strategy for this particular map in terms of scavenger mode. If you can hold this down with your squad, you can control the entire game, because if you look at it where the points are, you can pretty much shut them off so that they can't get to the other points, because this is a really important structure in scavenger mode, because there's a lot of weapons you can pick up through here. So it's actually a pretty effective strategy if you're in a good squad just to lock this area down, and that's what we do in this particular match. But we're going to be talking about capture the flag, since we already know that that's going to be the new game mode for End Game. It's going to be the game mode they bring back, and I actually used to play this way back in the day. I actually played it on, I think it was on Battlefield Modern Combat, if you ever played that. I played it a lot on that. I believe it was also in Battlefield 1942. I can't really remember. It's been so long ago, I tend to forget which games had which game modes, but it is an older game mode, so it's making its return back to Battlefield 3. And it got me to thinking, you know, can capture the flag actually work in a Battlefield 3 setting? Because I've been playing a lot of different game modes lately on the Aftermath maps, and I've noticed that some work a lot better than others. And it got me to thinking how well capture the flag will actually be implemented into Battlefield 3. Because when you think about Battlefield 3 maps, they're usually pretty expansive. I mean, it's more teamwork oriented, and capture the flag has never really worked well in large player counts. I mean, usually when you're looking at capture the flag, you want like 4v4, 5v5, maybe 6v6, but with Battlefield 3, it seems like maybe they'll have to change that up a little bit. Maybe they'll have to bring it into an environment where maybe there's multiple flags. Maybe you actually have to capture a base. I don't know. If you look at the actual trailer, the dude's running with the flag, then you look over to the right, you actually see that you have to capture a base to get like the dropship and stuff like that. So there's a lot of elements we don't know about yet. So I can't comment too much on this particular capture the flag, but I can't imagine capture the flag with 64 players being that much fun, and that's one of the things that I'm really worried about. I think even with 12v12, you're looking at a pretty large player count for a game mode that I've always seen as more of a tactical game mode, where it's more like, okay, you eliminate these 3 people and then you can move down the right side because you know they're stuck in the spawn delay. So you know, the one good thing is that Battlefield 3 already has the spawn delay, and a lot of games, when you think about who has implemented capture the flag well, the 3 games that come to mind for me is Call of Duty's done a pretty decent job. They've had it since Modern Warfare 2. You know, Halo has always had it. The Halo franchise has always had some sort of mutation of capture the flag, and I honestly think that's probably the best. And then when I was younger, I used to play it a lot on Unreal Tournament games, so they've done a really good job with it. But those games all have lower player counts, so how do they implement capture the flag and make it a playable game type in Battlefield 3? I mean, do you take it down to the server counts of like Close Quarters? Because that could be really frustrating, especially if it's bigger maps, and with the maps being so wide open like they are, I'm kind of skeptical how they're going to push the action on capture the flag. Now, the one thing that you gotta keep in mind is that they're really pushing this motorcycle thing, and you're gonna jump on the motorcycle to take the flags back and forth. So that's where they kind of bring the vehicle gameplay, I guess, into capture the flag. But I can imagine that that won't be as smooth as you might want it to be. It might not be implemented the way that I think DICE wants people to be like, well, if you want to capture the flag, go hop on the motorcycle and you'll be golden. But I think if you look at DICE's past attempts to kind of focus on things like that, I mean, even with like the AC-130, it's kind of not been as effective as I think they kind of imagined it. I mean, if you look at the AC-130, keeping that thing alive only made super unbalanced gameplay on the rush game modes. Even on Conquest, it got really frustrating because you could pretty much parachute from any direction. So even if you were getting dominated, I guess it was pretty easy to break out of spawn if you could just capture the AC-130, because you could use it as a giant spawn beacon. So I think in the past, if you look at DICE's attempts to kind of force you to use certain vehicles, certain aspects of the gameplay, they've been really unsuccessful. So let's hope I'm wrong, though. I really hope that capture the flag is implemented and is an effectively fun game type, because I'm all for more game types. That's what makes this game more exciting, especially when we're about to be like, what, on our 5th expansion, and 5 expansions is a lot for this game, and considering that it's going to be the last one we get, or so they say, you'd expect them to go pretty hard on this particular game mode. But who knows? I mean, they are working on Battlefield 4, so they might screw us over and not really put much effort in game. I hope that's not the case, but I am pretty excited for it. I'm really kind of intrigued to play this game mode. It seems like Scavenger in my eyes was a success. I really do enjoy Scavenger. I know a lot of people still play Scavenger, and we're a month into the DLC, and servers for Scavenger are still heavily populated. So I think they did a good job with this game mode. I know a lot of people have their complaints about it, but I personally do enjoy it. So I do have faith that perhaps maybe, just maybe, they can actually get the Capture the Flag game mode right. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that Capture the Flag can work in Battlefield 3? Considering that there's a lot of factors that you really have to look at, you know, vehicles, the size of the maps, the player counts, the spawn times, stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you missed my other videos, I did a Far Cry 3 overview right before Christmas. I did that, where I kind of talked about my thoughts on that particular game, and I also did my Battlefield 3 in-game trailer thoughts. So if you want some more in-game stuff, and I am saying end game, not in-game, if you want to see some more in-game stuff, go over there and check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.